Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today we have a very long one, guys, a very long one. We are going to do our Interserver arena matches, and I don't know if I will show you the 50 matches, but this will be a very long video and I will show as many as I can, guys. And well, you already saw the thumbnail, so you already know the results. However, I want to explain to you the teams that I run, and for this first one we see a lot of light units, so we are going for a tank and we're going for Thessarian, a dark tank and Thessarian, so that we can actually annul the passives of Kinky and of Halfas. So we will get rid of the Gianna as soon as we can, and then we have Abilio in order to be our backup. And of course, if we were to get lower than 40% HP on any unit, Abilio will take a turn and cleanse himself, therefore he will allow us to heal the rest of the team. Now we were lucky that Gianna, you know her AI is really poor, so yeah, she didn't use her skill. So guys, once we get rid of Gianna, then it's a matter of landing bombs and stuff on the unit. Of course, we won't be able to do anything of that on a Chroma. However, she will keep hitting Jutan, and of course she will get crits and therefore she will get damage back from Jutan's passive. So she will end up killing herself. Now guys, I just noticed that I did not show you the runes, so I will show you the runes before taking on the second team. And as I can see, well, we may end up cleaving that team, guys. And yeah, we risk it and that's it. So these are the runes on Joltan. And this is Abilio, he's on my arena defense as well. My defense has won 8 matches only this time around. So yeah, it didn't do as well as it did against the Europe server, where we won 13 times. But yeah, here we're going for Shimite and Lucian. We're going to Cleave this. This is Shimite. And this is Bernard. Super fast Bernard. This is my main Lucian, the Lucian that I love the most, because, you know, I have 4 Lucians. I'm planning on building the 5th, but I actually love this one the most. He's the one that doesn't get cut and deals a ton of damage, but is fast. So here we go. We hope not to get below 40% with any unit so that we don't proc the... Oh, he got a strip on the attack buff. That was so bad, guys. That was so bad. The Ryu got the strip. Okay, we have to get rid of Abilio first, and we can still win this, because, you know, this rider was dismounted, so there ain't no defense break on the enemy team. So even though we are not tanky, they have 2 water units and we have 3 wind units. So the main damage threat will be the dismounted beast rider. So once we get rid of Abilio, we will get rid of the beast rider. So I'm thinking right now if I should go for the rider, which I do. And now Abilio is gone. Well, he's almost gone. Please kill him. Yeah, perfect. And now we are still in a very tough spot, but there's a defense broken Ryu. So yeah, we won this, guys. We won this. So now, guys, we're taking on a very interesting defense. And to do that, we're going to use a tanky offense team. We're going for Molong, we're going for Boberg, Amelia, and Louise. Of course, Louise moves right before Molong so that she can give invincibility or a shield to Molong, so that Molong can use his third without getting such a drawback from the damage he's supposed to receive. So that way, if the enemy has a ton of will runes, as they do right now, we are able to one-shot something turn 1. And of course, Amelia moves before Louise and Molong, so she can wait them up in case it's necessary. So that's what we did here. However, that shield, well, that actually will not be, will not allow us to use the third skill. So now we have to strip and stun. Okay, now we can actually lower the HP some more, and I think we can get rid of that Alexandra without needing the third skill of Molong, which is great. So now we can save it to destroy one other unit, which will most likely be the Ariel. Once we defeat Ariel, we won this, guys, and I think that we already won this. They don't have enough damage to actually defeat any of our units. And for this one, guys, this is a very interesting one, but yeah, what can I say? I want to clip this because, you know, we're doing the wings when there are less than 24 hours left before the closure of this round 2 of the Interserver arena, so we need to clip some things. You know, fighting all those 50 matches will take more than 1 hour, guys. That's a ton of time, so I shouldn't have left this for last. So I procrastinated the fighting, and yeah, I regret it a lot, guys. I really regret it because now I had to hurry, I had to rush, and yeah, even though I will be taking the safe teams whenever I can and whenever I think it's possible. And here, guys, I feel like I should cleave again. I feel like I should cleave. And guys, I really miss being able to use a double Lucian team. I hate that we can't use 2 of the same unit here. So those are the runes. And let's go, guys. I think I already showed you the runes, but just in case, I show them again. And you know, guys, we are trying to destroy as many units as we can, and the main goal will be to dismount the Beast Rider with Shimite, which we could not do. That's really bad, but however, we were able to kill the Clara, which is super important here. And of course, we will not use the second skill of our Bastet, because we want to land it on the Kinky. And yeah, the third skill of Shimite is my hardest hitting skill on this team, especially since he has speed buff and attack buff, so that can actually bypass Kinky's passive. Even though it doesn't crit, it deals enough damage for Kinky not to revenge. Now this is a very interesting one, guys, and for this one we are going to go with a tanky team. And once we get rid of that light panda, then things should be incredibly easy here, guys. So guys, for this one we're running a very atypical team, and in this case, we're going to run Raki. Of course, what we want to do is use the third skill of Raki on the Perna in order to kill the Perna, bypass his passive, and waste the passive of Nana, because she will try to revive Perna anyways, even though, you know, Perna can't revive, and Perna has a passive that allows him to revive. So the only thing that won't be triggered here will be the third skill of the Vanessa. However, we don't care too much about that. So what we need to do here is lower the health of Perna a little bit. And for that, we went for Juno. She has crazy artifacts, as you will see, guys. She has a quad additional damage artifact, and that has, she in total has about 250% damage based on speed as well. So she does a ton of additional damage. So even though she's not built on crit damage, she deals a ton. And of course we were able to kill Perna, so the passive of Triana was bypassed by the third skill of Raki, of course, and of course the passive of Nana was activated, so she lost a stack, so now we are free to kill any unit. And yeah, guys, we won this. So guys, in this one we're going to Cleave, and I'm sorry for the barking in the background. That will be the neighbor's dog, and I actually can't do anything about it. So yeah, I'm doing my best in order to ignore it. So guys, here we're trying to Cleave, and we're going to use the usual Akia Cleave, and I won't go Champong instead of Akia here because, you know, I want Akia to actually land the resets on the fire unit. So Champong has a high chance of not landing any resets on a fire unit, because, you know, he depends on pushing back the attack bar spurt. Now we were really lucky that we were able to actually stun the Kingi. However, I will decide to use the second skill of my Alicia here, because we need to make sure that we use that skill, because we have to kill the fire unit. And we were lucky to stun the Kingi, since now we guarantee that he doesn't take a turn and kill something before we kill Nana. Now we get rid of Nana and we are done. And right here, guys, we are trying to Cleave. If I had double Lucians, then I will totally double Lucian this defense. However, we don't have a double Lucian, so we are trying to replace one of the Lucians with a Julie. Of course, I showed you the runes, and she has additional damage based on speed and increased damage from her third skill, crit damage from her third skill. So she deals a ton of damage as well, and as you will see, she got a ton of damage on the enemy team, and there was a help from the wheel runes on them, because, you know, having beneficial effects increases the damage that the enemies take from Julie's third skill. So we were able to beat that quite easily, and we are moving on to the next one. And this will be a tough one, guys. And yeah, spoiler alert, this will be my loss. So what I wanted to do here, guys, was to tank the light unit, since this is a full light team with my Jultan, and then land a casual defense rake on the Reviver with Tessarion, and of course Oblivion things with Tessarion. And also have some heals from the Luis, and of course the bombs from Ciara in order to deal damage that ignores defense, especially to kill the enemies fast, you know, guys. However, I did not keep in mind that my Tessarion doesn't have 85% accuracy. He only has 55% accuracy and has 15% increased accuracy on skill 2. However, guys, as you will see through this fight, sometimes the game thinks that you should not win, you should not land your divas, and of course, if you do land them, then the game says, okay, I will give the 22% to the enemy once or twice every single turn, so that they can heal everything up and, you know, prevent you from doing anything. So yeah, this is one of the matches that tend to frustrate people, guys. And yeah, I will let you watch this, guys. I don't want to talk about this match. So after that, we're facing this, we're going for a tanky team, and you know, the Trident decided to verb, which is both good and bad. It's not so great, but now we are able to throw a rock with Skull, and we are able to actually dismount the Beast Rider faster than we expected, which is amazing. And of course, we were able to prevent her from using her AoE defense break. So that was great as well. But yeah, now we know that Trident has the first skill ready, so we can't actually buff until he uses it. Now he used it, so we are able to buff, and of course, now once we get rid of the Vanessa, of course we will dismount the Beast Rider first, but once we get rid of Vanessa, we are ready to destroy the Beast Rider and we won this match. Well, this defense we're going to Cleave. And here again we are facing Trident and John, so we're going for the same team. However guys, Perna has a turbo procs, you know, he has double violence sets. So yeah, this will be so much fun guys, so much fun. And one more time we're facing Trident, and there ain't no threats here apart from Kaki, but Kaki can be destroyed quite easily guys, quite easily. So once we get rid of Kaki, we will win this. And this one we're going to cleave. Again, guys, we are going to cleave. And of course, Kinky will survive, but we are hoping for not too many enemies to survive. If they are all really tanky and I can't kill them, then, well, they will win this. Well, guys, there's a person that decided to run Leo on defense. Thank you very much for doing so. So after the Nemesis runes kicked in, guys, you know how it went. And now we can get rid of that Harmonia and things will be over. It is only delaying the inevitable. Guys, don't run Leo on defense, at least not with that kind of defense. If you happen to have a ragdoll, then, well, that's a different scenario. But remember to run a ton of artifacts with reduced damage from wind and reduced crit damage. So for this one, we're going to Cleave. We're going for Chompong this time around because I want to push them back. And yeah, if I manage to land the defense breaks, then I will win. If I don't, then I will lose. As simple as that, guys. And here I decided to go for skill 2 and erased the enemy team. That was crazy. The buff that Alicia got was great, and for this one, guys, there's a ragdoll here, but you know, ragdoll's passive has been progressively nerfed, so he will not be able to cut me. And you know, we have the attack lead from our Alicia here, so we will be dealing a ton of damage on the enemy team. And now we can use the third and the second skill of Alicia in order to get rid of that Perna, and we will win really quickly. And this time around we're going for the Molong team again. Once we get rid of one of those units, and you guys know which one, the Reviver. Once we get rid of the Reviver, then the match is over, guys. They have no damage and we have a ton of sustain. And this time around we're going for Rakuni, guys. And why are we going for Rakuni? Well, that's mainly because that's what I should have done in the previous fights. Because you know that's a unit that in case that the Trident actually does what he has to do, which is what he did right here, can cleanse one of my units, and then one of my units can actually move and do something. Since they don't have that decisive unit, guys, they don't have a defense rate, so they won't be able to do a ton of damage on me, and we are very tanky. So yeah, and of course Rakuni adds a ton of sustain. And my Skull will be tanking Perna all day, and you know, Perna will try to take a ton of turns here. So this will be one of those matches that drags on for a while, but you know, all in all this will be a very easy fight, even though the Perna took 1.5 million turns. Well, this one, guys, this one we will cleave, and we will hope for our Julie to actually kill the Vanessa so that her passive doesn't come into play. That's the only thing we're hoping for, guys. And so it seems, so yeah, we were able to win this quite easily. So in this one, guys, there ain't no speed threat, there's no booster, there's no super fast Reaper, so I think that we could double Lucian this. However, since we cannot use two Lucians, we are going to Julie Lucian this. Of course, you will need your Julie to move before your Lucian, so that when you kill the Samath and he strikes back, you know, he will not deter the damage of the third skill of your Julie. So if your Lucian moved first, then Samath will deal damage on your Julie, and even though she will be on wheel and survived, she has a chance, you know, not to do as much damage with her third when she moves. So it's very important for your Julie to move before your Lucian. and we clipped that one as well. That's amazing since we already fought a lot of fights, guys. And for this one we're going for the same cleave. So again, we're trying to finish this up quite quickly, and you know, as you will see in the thumbnail, we were able to do so. And we find another defense that we can cleave, so we're going to cleave it, and you know, we will hope for the best. We want as many units dead as possible so that Kinky doesn't have too much backup, so we can get rid of him quite fast after dealing with the rest. And this one should be quite easy, because you know, the only threat will be for that bastard to actually outspeed me, which I don't think that could happen, you know? So this should be even easier than the previous one, unless that Kaki survives, which was really bad. He survived and they took a ton of turns, and then he killed one of my units, and now this went from easy to really tough in the blink of an eye, guys. In the blink of an eye. So we get rid of the Beast Rider race, and we were able to stun the Kaki, which was amazing, and Violent Runes didn't kick in, so we won that one. And for this one, again, we're going to Cleave. I love that we can Cleave so much here, and of course we're taking risks here, guys, because you know, they don't have any will runes, which is really bad for the damage that our Julie does. So we really need to kill the Vanessa, which we luckily did. But now that Kaki will hit us with attack buff. But we were really lucky not to land the attack break. So yeah, an attack from a Kaki with the attack buff up will have been really tough to resist. And against this one, we're going for a one-shot team. We're going to destroy them one by one, since they don't have anything to prevent me from doing so. And you know, only the 15% chance of glancing is what's between me and destroying this team. And that will not be an obstacle that I can't bypass, guys. Now for this one, well, as you can see guys, we're going to Cleave once again, and we are hoping to kill the druid. If we don't, then things can get really nasty here, because you know, one attack from the druid with the provokes landed, and then the revenge and the stuns and the second skill. Well, you know how it works guys, but we were able to destroy everything, so another one that we could cleave, and much time was saved by doing so. And we're moving on to the next one, and this one, even though I would love to double illusion this, I won't go for the Julie, because I don't think that we can actually destroy this with the HP lead from Bison with a Julie. So what we're going to do here is destroying the aerial first, and once we get rid of the sustain, then this team should not be able to do anything against me. Right here we're going to Cleave once more guys. This time we're going to use my fattest Lucian and of course the speed lead of Vanessa. So we're hoping to kill at least the 3 units that are not fire element. And of course if Kaki survives, then I hope to finish him off with the second skill of Vanessa if possible. However, Kaki didn't survive, so things went even better than we expected here guys. And for this one, we are really tempted to cleave it with Shimite and Lucian. You already know this team guys, and of course we are going to speed, and I am hoping to actually kill the Nana and the Vanessa, so I hope to not glance a lot on them, and Vanessa survived. That's really bad, but luckily the unit that got revived was the Gianna and not the Dark Onimusha. If it had been the Dark Onimusha, then one attack with attack buff from that unit would have been terribly bad for my team, and of course as soon as they kill one unit, Nana's passive replenishes and things will have been really bad for us. Now for this one, I would have loved to double Lucian these guys, you know me, however we can't use 2 Lucians here. So what we're going to do is something quite similar. We're going for Julie and Lucian. And we will hope for the best, guys. We will hope for the best. I really don't know if we can kill the aerial, but by this moment I was extremely tired of doing these fights. So I said, whatever. And we were lucky to at least kill 1 unit. And now we have to pray to be able to get rid of that aerial fast, and for that Cardinal not to take a million turns on us. And we were lucky to kill the aerial, and now Cardinal has glancing on, so he didn't deal much damage and he didn't stun many things. So once we get rid of the Cardinal, we won this. And this is a nasty defense, mainly because this defense has no threat. So since there ain't no threat in here, we can get rid of the Kinky, or we can get rid of the Moly, which is sustain. And once we get rid of Moly, then things will be really easy for us. And one more time, we're going for another defense that doesn't have any threats. Guys, don't run these defenses. I know they are annoying, but the only thing that you will win with this is annoying the other people. You will not be winning defenses with these kind of comps. And of course, there are a ton of ways to counter these kind of teams that don't have any threats. So once we get rid of one of your sustains, then we get rid of the other sustain, and you know, it's kind of easy to defeat. And now another one that we can actually cleave. And guys, I should actually run more accuracy on the first kill of my Chompong, guys. I should really do that. And of course that ability resisted twice, which is great. Violent Runes tried to actually help me here, but they did not. However, it doesn't matter. And now we risk the revenge from the monkey, and it happened, but we didn't get stunned, so that way we were able to destroy this quite easily and fast, but RNG was on our side this time around. And for this one, guys, I want to cleave it. I can't stand doing this anymore by this time, guys, so I'm still fighting. Of course, playing 15 matches in a row is a lot, guys, that's a lot. So yeah, now I want to cleave everything, and thanks for that, because you know, I decided to cleave and won this quite easily. Now there are very few defenses left to fight, and here I feel like I can use the very same team. And of course we will use Julie first, so when the passive of the mover procs, he will get a turn, but I may not get stripped since he's aiming for a wind unit, and of course he tends to derp a lot as well. So this was really quick, really fast, I love it. And yeah, we're moving on to one of our final matches, and we're going to use our save team again, guys. You know how it works. Once we get rid of actually we have to dismount the Beast Rider first, then we have to get rid of the Vanessa and the Abelia. So dismounting the Beast Rider will be something that's a priority here. So here we go, and of course defeating Vanessa is super crucial as well. So we're going to throw a rock, and you know, the fire units will target either my Skogul or my Louise. So we have chances for the enemies to actually reset the skills of our Skogul, and you know, we will be able to throw a rock once again. Now I'm trying to lower the HP of Vanessa so that the rock can kill her. That's what I'm looking for here, guys. And of course I try to stun the Abilio because I don't want to proc his passive when he's up. And yeah, that proc was amazing because it didn't win the match, but it saved us a ton of time, guys. That's why I love the proc, because it really saved time for us. And this is the fourth time around that we fight this same defense. So guys, you know the drill here. We're going to use Shimite and Lucian, and we're going to pray not to lance a lot on the Kaki and to dismount the Beast Rider with the attack of Shimite. We didn't do any of those, so we are in a tough spot if that Kaki gets to kill something and proc, which he did, and now we are in a very tough spot. However, we landed the defense break on the Kaki and we had the priority of killing him, and luckily that Beast Rider didn't get too many procs, so now we are able to finish her off. Okay guys, for this one we're going to run an interesting team. You know this team. We are going to strip with the Beast Rider. Actually not strip, we're going to lower the defense of that Juno and try to lower her health as much as we can. And once we land the bomb and kill the Juno, then they don't have any strippers and they don't have any damage at all in this team. So once we get rid of the aerial, things will get much faster. And of course we will end up fighting one-on-one against that Vanessa or that Halfas. Doesn't actually matter guys, I already told you through this video that running these kind of defenses that don't have any threat, that doesn't work guys, it only wastes our time. So guys, for this one, well, I'm showing you the runes first because I did not show you the runes on my last team. And this is the last match of the video guys. Finally we arrived to the last fight and we are going to cleave this and we are going to cleave it since there ain't no speed threat here in my opinion. So we're going to cleave it with Alicia so that we can use move Lucian first and then we can use the third skill of Alicia to get another turn and then use the second skill, which may actually destroy everything that's left alive. And yeah, that's how it did work guys. So we're getting to the end of this huge, incredibly long video guys. So I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, please leave a thumbs up, leave a comment, remember to subscribe. We won 49 out of the 50 matches here guys, and we won 8 defenses. We are ranked 3 on our team. So this is the defense that I run, these are the rules, and I hope you enjoyed it guys. See you in the next one, bye bye.